Okay, so we're gonna make balsamic chicken with asparagus today. And the first thing to do is to strip the chicken and get it frying. I'll put a segment up of chicken frying. And then the next step is to make a marinade. So this marinade calls for a half a cup of balsamic vinegar, a half a cup of oil, two tablespoons of Dijon. You can eyeball this or measure it out. Two cloves of garlic, which is just about a tablespoon. Couple of pinches of red pepper flakes. And the honey I'm going to measure out. It's 2 tablespoons of honey. Sounds like the chicken needs some attention. Then you just let that sit, and I'll show you what to do with it in just a second. Okay, so this is just oil and salt and pepper. I cut up some chicken breasts, stripped them out, and then you just fry them, get them done. We're going to take the chicken out to give the asparagus room. Chicken down. Shoot. Alright, we're going to put a little more oil in here. There's just olive oil. Asparagus and cherry tomatoes cut in half. Make sure that they get coated in oil. I'm gonna add just a little chicken broth to this. To pick up the good bits on the bottom of the skillet. just let them cook until they get soft. Okay, so you know this is ready for the next step when the tomatoes get wilty and the asparagus turns bright. Push this to one side, push all the asparagus and tomatoes to one side. Dump the chicken back in. Oh no, I forgot the marinade. Give this a good stir. And pour the marinade right on top. I use a spatula because I don't want to miss a drop of this good stuff. You can really smell the mustard as soon as it hits the skillet. Now you just give it a good mix. I leave it separate because I meal prep with it, but you can stir it all in. If you were just going to make this for supper, you can stir this all in, make them very good friends, and then it's a one-dish supper. But because of the way we plate things around here, it's just easier for me if I leave it separate. Get over there. Make sure that the marinade gets on everything. I leave it on the stove for another couple of minutes just to make sure that the honey and everything gets nice and melted. And the butter gets nice and melted and gets all over the chicken and asparagus. Because asparagus will soak up the flavor. And it's delicious. And then that's it. That meal's ready. Okay, so I forgot to tell you something. If you're going to meal prep with this like I do, let this cool down completely before you plate it. And it will last it'll last between, I know for sure, last between 3 or 4 days in the refrigerator. If you're meal prepping it, I'm sure it'll last all week. If you want to eat the same thing for your lunches all week because it's super easy, then I'm sure it'll be fine, but I've only pushed it to 3 days. So enjoy and let me know if you've tried it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I plate for our prep service. I like to give it a good stir just so that way it gets the sauce on it. I have been saying marinade this entire video. I'm nervous, so you guys are going to have to give me some grace. But it's not a marinade, it's a vinaigrette. So, I'm going to stir this around. Listen, tongs are my favorite kitchen gadget. I don't know how I ever survived without them. So I take, oh, let me get a scoop. This is a 6-ounce scoop. I use it for portion control. It's hard to, without weighing it, which I don't want to do because, you know, cleanup is awful with the scale, but, so I try to do 6 ounces, give or take, of protein. That's what I'm thinking. And then I just take like there's no such thing as too many vegetables, right? So I just take a good squeeze of vegetables and put in there. It's extremely saucy. Tomatoes. And there it is. So I think, and then to be completely honest, I just, if it doesn't look like enough vegetables, I add 2. And then the final step is to get some of this vinaigrette, because our meals are prepped in these containers to be microwaved. So we all know that microwaving is a little, it tends to dry things out. So I like to put some of this vinaigrette in. That way when it's microwaved, it sort of helps to keep the chicken juicy. There it is. Prepped balsamic chicken with asparagus.